feel like it's a good time because I'm actually sitting here and I'm in my head a little bit, in a good way though. I'm in my head just trying to figure out some of these details. So I don't want to share a ton yet about the product because I'm still really near and dear and it's close to my heart right now as I'm just kind of finalizing everything. But I wanted to just kind of talk through some of what I'm thinking about on camera because I think it'll be helpful for you. Because I will have a really good idea of what I want to release. I'll know who it's for and all those different things, but a lot of times I get stuck in some of the details of it. And this particular product, I really want to make sure it is intentionally created. I don't want to just throw something together. So what I like to do is whenever I'm trying to create something, and I mean really this type of product, it can apply to anything, but I'm specifically, it's a journal. So it is going to be a type of journal. So that'll give you a little bit of something, is that I want it to be able to answer a question. And then from there, I want to be able to break that question down into how this whole thing works. And I think this can apply to a lot of different things we create, especially if it's something where you are trying to guide someone through something. So, a planner or journal is a great example of this, but even physical products as well. When you think about, okay, I am creating a skincare regimen or something, and you kind of are answering this one question. It's like, okay, I'm creating this skincare regimen and I want it to help this specific skin type to be able to do XYZ. I want to help people be able to build confidence, XYZ. And then how you can articulate that through the entire experience of them using it. So like the packaging that they get, the descriptions and everything that you write about it, all of those things matter. And so I shared in a past video that I use this thing called FBI. It stands for Features, Benefits, and Intentions. And I always like to think through that whenever I'm creating anything new, even if it's like a sticker book or, something like that. I want to just think through all of the different ideas that I have and what the features are. So like, the hard details about what it comes with, what it's made out of, just what all they get, basically the benefits. How is it really going to help this person get from point A to point B? What is it going to allow them to do? And then intentions is really helping them to see themselves using it. So really that's more so like the showing part, the flip throughs, the actually, this is how I use it and this is what you can do this with. So it's those three parts are what I think about when I'm in this kind of somewhat beginning stage. It's been in my head for a while, and so I'm finally sitting down and I'm trying to articulate this idea that I have up here, and I'm like, okay, how can I bring this thing to life? What is missing? And so I decided this time around, I really want to just answer one question, and then I want that one question to spill through this journal. So my one question is going to help me to identify if someone, so let's just say if someone wants to ask you a question, let's say you are creating something. I don't want to give mine away because I want to keep it for a little bit so y'all can really just follow along with this journey, okay? But let's just say, for example, if it was like, okay, someone wants to, which by the way, y'all, I ran a mile this morning. I ran a mile. I'm so proud of myself. But let's say that's what I was creating a journal for. It's for someone who wants to document the beginning of their running journey. So the question would be, how does one run their first mile? Let's just say that it is. Or more specifically, how did you run your first mile? And so I would think through that answer to that question. How would I answer it? What tips would I give? What different things would I suggest that this person look into or that they have ready in place before they get started, during the process, after the process? Really think about your product that you have in mind and figure out what is a question you can answer, and always go back to that question that you have. So as you are in the design process or the sketching phase, or you're thinking about packaging, go back to the answer to that question and make sure that it always makes sense, right? That it always goes back to, okay, I want to answer this question for people. So with me, that is how I'm assessing it, especially like the beginning part of this journal that I'm creating, but even the experience of purchasing the journal, how I'm going to talk about the journal when it's time to start the launch and everything for it, the packaging, just everything. I want it to be tied up in this beautiful little bow. And then what has happened is it started to make me think about like, okay, how can I then take this and really weave it through my business, because it speaks so much to what I want my business to be. And sometimes that can feel overwhelming, when it's like, okay, I want all of these, I want this to feel this way, I want it to look this way. And so I'm slowly trying to figure out what the Inspire Blueprint is and how I want it to not only look, but how I want it to feel when you interact with it. So it's been a really, really good time of it being in my head, but it gets crazy, when you are trying to actually bring it to life. So I've been doing a lot of designing and sitting on my computer, and there will be some good vlogs coming. So make sure you're subscribed as I just start to roll this thing out and just all of the new things that are coming. But I'm really pacing myself because I don't want to overdo everything and try to do it all at once. And so that's why I'm really taking my time. And for the month of March, specifically what I'm doing right now is I'm getting this product finalized. I'm going to get my wholesale stuff together, which is a big deal for me. And just trying to get some of these brand identity type of things in line for the next level of how I want the Inspire Blueprint to be presented to the world. So yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot. It's definitely good stuff, but I'm just excited to bring you all along and see how I am right now, how I'm like talking through it, but it's kind of hard to, like share without giving it all away. But I want you to come along with me during this journey, because this is the stuff that gets me so excited, just seeing people in the beginning when things are just in their head, when they're just trying to figure it out, to literally like holding it in their hands, seeing it in other people's hands, and seeing things grow and take shape. And that's what's happening right now. Hey, welcome back to another vlog. My name is Tatiana. I am a mentor, I'm a business coach, and I'm the CEO of the Inspire Blueprint. Welcome to another entrepreneur vlog. This one is truly going to be a lot more business focused, but first I have to just share that I have had like an interesting Sunday. So my husband's been out of town for the last couple of days, so it's just been me and my daughter here, and it's been interesting. I don't know if you are, like, if you're married or if you live with someone and then the person leaves, it's always interesting because it's like, definitely I love like his support and everything, being around. But then there's always kind of like this feeling also of just, it changes things up a bit. The atmosphere changes a little bit. And so I've just been kind of out of my regular a little bit. But me and Emery went to church this morning. We tried out a new church. I don't know whether or not I really like it or not. I'm kind of indifferent. I don't know. I think I may try to give it another chance just to see. But it was just kind of like, I don't know. The actual like church itself and the people that greeted us and all like that was cool. But then the actual, I guess, the service part. Because one of the things for me, like my favorite part of church is the worship time. But then I also love like the energy of people, when like the pastor's up there doing the sermon. And I just felt like they were kind of like, meh. I don't know. It was interesting. But anyways, we've been back for a couple of hours. I've been doing some like cleaning a little bit, like folding clothes and stuff. And then I've been also in here designing some stuff. So I am still working on this product, y'all, okay? And my plan is to do kind of like a small collection of things that are going to be launching later in this month of April. In just a couple weeks, I'm just going to do like a 2-week launch, week and a half, 2-week launch leading up to the spring stuff. So it'll be like a late spring thing basically. But right now I'm trying to perfect the stuff on here. So I'm making this thing by hand. There's a couple of different steps that happen with it. I put a finish on this cover. I have stickers and things that have to go inside of it, as well as the pages and everything needs to be cut down. So as you can see, this was the sample. So the cover is a bit larger than the pages. So this time I'm making it so that the cover is going to get cut right along with the pages this time. So that's one of the changes I'm making. I'm going to do less paper because I noticed that like it's a little tight. So I just needed to remove, I would say maybe like 5 pages. So I'm going to do that. What else did I have on there? Yeah, so the cover, the paper, the overall just size of everything. So it just is more of like a snug fit. And then kind of the same with the sticker page. It's interesting because the sticker page is being done on a totally different thing. So somehow I'm going to have to incorporate that in so that it all is the same size. So that should be very interesting. The only thing I can maybe, well, I don't know, y'all. That's, yeah. So that's like where it gets kind of weird, like when I'm trying to figure this stuff out and why it takes me a while sometimes, because I really want the product to be as quality as possible, but there's these little small details that I notice and I'm sure someone else may notice or may not care. I don't know. But I really like to make sure that it's good to go. But I'm just really excited for this to come out. And it's going to actually be the first set of items that I do wholesale. I'm also going to be releasing a couple of new planner covers as well. I think I might make a couple changes to the planner, but I'm going to be getting that stuff ordered soon to get those pages done from my printer. And just kind of get ready for this launch. You know, this is going to be kind of low key, but I do really want to make a big deal about it as well. And then I want to get like a couple of other things, maybe just like one or two like lifestyle type products as I call them. So I'm thinking about doing like a t-shirt, possibly a mug, just some things like that that I want to add to the mix. So that's what I'm working on. But right now I'm trying to come up with a cover because this is going to just be the Inspire Blueprint journal. It has some, I can't wait to do a flip through of this, but I'm making a cover that has not only the words from the Inspire acronym, so intention, nourish, success, peace, increase, real, and joy. So you can actually see right here on this screen, I have it up, but I didn't want to just do this same design because people have seen this before. I have this on my mini journals already right now. So I'm trying to do something similar to what I've done in the past, but I'm finally sitting down to do this, y'all. This has been on my mind for a couple of months, literally a couple of months, and I think it's going to take me a little bit to put this together. So I'm not going to rush the process. I think I'm actually going to charge my Apple Pencil because I want to kind of add some other design elements besides just the words. So it's going to take me a little bit to get the cover together, but I'm trying to find, oh, here we go. These are some old journals that I created back when I was doing my subscription box when it was the Stationery Muse. And I love just typography type of things. I've done several different designs with it. And so I really wanted to do something else like this. So these are kind of my inspiration for what I want to do for the cover, but I really want to take it up a notch and I want to add some like little, kind of like little squiggle type things in there, little blobs. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'll show y'all what I'm trying to do, but that's what I'm thinking I want to add in there and kind of have that be like behind the words, just to add some different interesting things. I found a couple of things on Pinterest that kind of like sparked this idea. So I'm using that as some inspiration, but it's totally going to be unique in just like how I'm executing this, I guess you could say. But I'm really excited for this. I think it'll be cute. And then depending on how it turns out, I want to use it for a lot of different other things. So I might end up also making it a planner cover. I'm thinking about putting it on like a pouch. I don't know. We just kind of have to see how it turns out, and then that'll let me know what all I want to put it on. But that's what I'm working on right now. My forehead looks so shiny because the light is right above me, but anyway, I am in the process of printing out the pages for this new journal. So I have 2 sets already printed and I'm getting ready to do a third one right now. It's actually printing. So once that's done, I will move on to printing the covers and all that stuff. I have this new finish that I'm doing on the covers that I'm really excited about, and I'm actually going to be sharing all of the details about the finish in the Handmade Planner Masterclass. So if you have that course for me, stay tuned, because that's going to be coming probably within the next couple of months. I'm going to be adding that in. Just as something that you can add onto your planners or your journals, because it's really the class. It's called the Handmade Planner Masterclass, but I mean literally you can do the same thing with a journal too. But so I was putting this together. It turned out really good. I got it from IKEA a few weeks ago, and I finally had a chance to put it together. So that will be helpful, because the roll of that finish, I just didn't want it to just like sit there. It was sitting up and down, and it'll be easier for me to cut. Like, it has this little thing to hold the material in place, and then I can just kind of cut across as I'm doing it. I'm using it for the front and back covers on everything now, so I'm really excited about it. I think it's just really going to, well, not even I think, it is leveling up all of the products and just really helping them have that quality finish that I want to feel just very like retail, very luxe, very all the things. I'm getting ready to start working on the design that I talked about earlier. I had to stop because I needed to cook dinner. I'm still doing kind of straightening up a little bit as well, but I just wanted to check in because I was happy I finally put that together. I had kind of got paused for a second because one of the nails stripped, and then I kind of just was so annoyed with it, so it's set for a few more days. But I was like, okay, no, we're gonna make this happen. So I got it in there, and it's really, really nice. Also, I accidentally printed out one of the covers on the paper for the inside pages, but it actually looks really cute. This one says, I will get out of my own way, and it'll have Bun Girl on there, and then people will be able to get it customized with their name down at the bottom, or whatever they want, up to 13 characters. It'll be down there. So, you know, I'm all about the customization on these, and especially with this journal. This journal is really just designed for someone that wants to just get in tune with themselves. It's the Inspired Blueprint journal, basically, and it allows for them to tap into whatever they may be working on, working through, and just needing to kind of have like a dedicated space for that. It's your typical journal, but it has encouragement throughout, which makes it really special to me. And I'm just really excited to make this available and for people to get their hands on it. I'm hoping that by the end of this week, so like this time next week, I will not only have these samples done, I will have pictures created, and I will be gearing up to start that launch plan that I talked to you all about. But tonight, once I kind of get Emery settled and everything for bed, which will be here in a little bit, I am going to sit down and really plan out the quarter in a sense. I'm probably not going to go super in depth in this video, but I just want to kind of share with you all what I'm going to be doing. Like I mentioned, the schedule thing, but also I added a lot more calls for the membership. If you haven't seen some of my past videos, I've shared that my membership really got a nice big revamp and it includes a few more calls every month, which is fine, but I really want to make sure that I'm still just like honoring boundaries for myself, which I have. Like I have it at least where there's like a week for the most part, or a week and a half where there's no calls, so there's a break for me just to be able to work on some other things. And then I want to kind of write out what I want to do for this launch plan, since it's going to be a little bit of an accelerated one, even though I've been kind of like talking about it in these vlogs. So I mean, essentially I'm already in my launch plan, if that makes sense. Like that's the thing, you know, what I love to just talk to the ladies in the membership about, and all of the things is like, you can be bringing people behind the scenes even if you are not necessarily in a point of like being able to talk about a product yet, or you know, you're still waiting on things. Like it does not have to be glamorous to share. So I've already been sharing about this product with y'all. It's not really anything like you haven't heard about it, but I'm getting closer to where I'm really going to be speaking a lot more in depth. And within this week's time, I'm getting pricing and stuff together, both for wholesale as well as in my shop. I'm getting all of just the final details and just the imperfections that I have been like putting off for the last like 3 to 4 weeks. I'm finally working on them this week, so I'm very excited for that. Just patiently waiting on the printer to do its thing, but I'm gonna switch back into mom gear for a little bit, get Emery set up for bedtime, get a couple cuddles in, a couple stories. Well, usually we just do one story, but she likes to tell stories too. and then I will come back in here and see what I can get done. It's actually 8:36 right now, so depending on how ambitious I'm feeling, I might be able to get quite a bit done tonight, because I've been kind of teetering around like midnight stand up, which is really impressive for me. So if I can do that again tonight, then I will definitely be like setting myself up for success. And then because we have spring break for this week, I'm just like, yes, like this is going to be perfect. I'm going to have plenty of time to really for us to just chill and relax, more so for her. Like, we're really taking a break from a lot of the school stuff. We're still going to be doing a little something in the morning. Just I have like a little morning page thing for her to do. It's going to be 2 different worksheets every morning to do. But then after that, I mean, it's just going to be kind of like chill. We're going to go places, to the park. I'm going to try to take her to a couple of things throughout the week, so that it's not like we're just sitting in the house the whole time. But honestly, she just loves chilling, y'all. Like, she's been really enjoying it as well, because we tend to kind of do a lot during our regular weeks and stuff. So I'm actually rambling at this point. But yeah, so I'll check back in a little bit. The second half of this will be a lot more productivity focused and everything, but I just had to share that I was excited I finally put this together. Like, this is a win right now for me. This is a huge win. Okay, I had to get a little bit more cozy, and Emery is asleep now. It is actually, it's almost 11 o'clock. Like, we are just minutes away from 11 o'clock. But I wanted to still get on and wrap up this vlog, because tomorrow I'm going to be getting fully into all things with the product. So I really wanted to get my schedule and stuff together. So I kind of mentioned to you first off that I was working on it. So I did get productive. I was able to get all of the sticker sheets printed and then cut as well. So that is done. So tomorrow, the only thing I'll need to do, I'm making 3 different ones, 3 different covers. Tomorrow, the only thing I'll need to do is actually print those covers and then cut all of the pages and covers and everything down together. Do the whole like finish on the covers, bind everything, and then from there I'll have them through the week. I want to take pictures, do some video content with them, film some flip throughs and different things. And yeah, so that's the plan. Tomorrow the goal is to finish all 3 of them. It'll also give me a good idea too, just to see how many I can make at one time, because so far I've only just been doing one at a time. But I'm hoping that I'll be able, especially like with the cutter, that I can probably cut like 3 to 4 at a time, possibly 5. It just depends. Sometimes, like, even though it can cut up to 500 sheets, but because it is thicker paper that I'm working with, and just sometimes even though it can cut up to that amount, it can start to get a little wonky when you get like too many pieces in there. So I try to keep it to more like 300 to 400, I guess, if possible, just to be on the safe side. But right now I am just trying to get this schedule thing together. So just like a really quick background, the reason that I am even like talking about this and focusing on it is because I feel like since we moved here, I have not really had much of a schedule. I've just been kind of just going, basically just flying by the seat of my pants in a lot of ways when it comes to like what to work on and when. I used to have a very strict schedule for my business back when we lived in New Mexico, and I just never kind of got it back here. And then you figure there's still going to be other things going on. Obviously, I still make YouTube videos. I do different content and everything. And I feel like that's where that crossover is, like my newsletter, all of those things, that stuff is still going to be happening. So that is where I need to come up with theme days so that I know what to work on when. And those days are going to slightly rotate depending on what week I'm working on. Like regardless if I get an order, I'm going to fulfill the order no matter what. Like that's not going to change. But when it comes to creative days, for example, is a good one. If I'm working more on like the services side of things, then I'm going to shift my focus more to like my Instagram content. I'm going to shift it more to, because Instagram is for my shop page, I'm going to focus it on what I really want to get back to is my my newsletter that goes out on Wednesdays and different things like that. Like that would be the content I would focus on, as well as the stuff for this channel would be more of the services side. But then when it's the product side of things, I have another second newsletter that I would like to send out. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it like Fridays. I used to do it on Fridays, where it kind of features more so like it spotlights the products. My Wednesday newsletter, my Inspire Note, that is more so encouragement, what's on my mind. This is kind of what's going on just overall with me. And then the other newsletter is really going to be more so product focused, like, hey, these are the new products. This is the sales going on. Different stuff like that. So that's something that I would work on during like the 2-week period of the shop. The product design stuff, figuring out just like all of that little ins and outs things. And so definitely on that CEO day, since it falls on the time when I'm doing the products, that will probably really be a time where like everything will be finalized and I'm finally sitting down and I'm sending out emails, I'm signing up for markets and different stuff like that. Like that is the hope of what I should be doing on that CEO day. But I'm going to work on my theme days and then I'll kind of share with you what those are going to be. Basically, they are just the days of when I do certain things. So Tuesdays previously used to be my batch content day. That is no longer going to work because on Tuesdays, at least as of right now, we are not at home most of the day. So it just wouldn't really work out as much as I would love for it to. It just wouldn't really work out. So it's actually looking like some Fridays and possibly some Saturdays will be my new times when I'm doing more like sit down content. Like vlogging, I can do that whenever. That's fine. Like my entrepreneur vlogs, those are easy. I just film as I'm doing my day. But more so like the sit down videos, there haven't been as many of those because I've been trying to figure out when I want to do them. And now I'm going live again. So pretty much I just want to come up with a tried and true system of when certain things are going to happen, as well as even like down to when I check email, when I don't work, you know, all of those different things. So that's kind of the next layer of this, but hopefully the rotation thing made sense. So because I really want to be thoughtful about it and take my time, and I think this is a good week for me to test some stuff out and see, especially for the shop side of things, what that will look like. I really want to test it out and see what that would look like. I'm heavily working on stuff, so I think it's a great time for me to batch content of me just capturing what I'm working on, you know, like putting together the journals, designing things, looking into stuff. It's a great time for me to just record stuff, even if I don't know what I'm using it for. So that's kind of what I'm saying, like stuff like that. And then I know that there will be a time where I can come back to that footage and then I can use it for Instagram content. I can use it for YouTube shorts or just a lot of different things, you know, even like video footage for my website or when the products come out. So that is what I'm going to be working on. So my best suggestion to you, just to kind of close this video out, if you have like a multifaceted business, like if there's multiple things going on, if you have some product stuff. You also maybe have some service stuff, or maybe you do events and then you do, like, it might be just different things. Whatever the case is, allow yourself the space to just focus on that in some aspect. We know we can't shut down everything completely. Like, I can't just all of a sudden not show up to my membership calls. I can't just all of a sudden not fulfill people's orders. Like, that stuff is always going to happen. So you have your non-negotiables, but then the things that you can kind of table for a little bit, like, I don't have to write content for my newsletter every single week. Like, I can batch that within a certain time frame. So it just kind of changes the expectations for yourself, and it really gives you a deadline on, like, okay, I can't be playing around. Like, this is the dedicated time, this is the dedicated week that I have to work on this, so I got to get it done, because then I need to shift gears and focus on something else. But it helps eliminate the confusion. It really, really helps. I did this what feels like a century ago, but back in, I think it was 2020 or 2021, I did something very similar to this where I rotated, but I think I did every other week. This time I'm doing the 2-week thing, see how it goes. But if you do try this, let me know your thoughts. I think that this is going to be a really good start for me to just get some normalcy within my work schedule. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then when the summer comes, I will have to obviously switch some things up again. I am trying to see if Emory can get in some type of summer camp or something. So I think if that does end up happening, that would be kind of cool, because then I might have even more time during certain weeks in the summer where I can really do some really good work to prepare myself for my busy quarter. So we'll see which Q4 is my busiest quarter. But anyway, that is it. That is what's on my mind. I hope you enjoyed this. I was going to do this little wall thing, but I actually forgot. I have to get my magic eraser, and I'm not going downstairs right now. It's the way I got it laminated. It comes off very easily, but with the magic eraser, shout out to one of the ladies in the membership that suggested that. I'm like, that was such a good idea, because it's not coming off the best with some other things. But I'm pointing at the little wall calendar thing. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, again, it's late. But I'm gonna just probably do another video about just my quarter in general and all that stuff. So look out for that. That will be included in there, as well as my theme days and all that stuff. And I appreciate you watching this kind of just random day in the life, kind of moments in the life. I don't know. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.